Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Alex Thomas here, back with another video for you guys. Today I'm giving you guys my review of X2 X-Men United, directed once again by Bryan Singer, starring Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry, Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, James Marsden, Alan Cumming. Just another great, gigantic cast in this movie again. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, when I first saw the movie and all this stuff. Obviously I recently watched it last night and I had a good time, so I'm ready to give you guys my review on this movie. I'm going to try to review every single X-Men movie leading up to Deadpool 3. So let's go ahead and get into this review, guys. If you guys have been enjoying the series, please hit that like button, please subscribe for more X-Men reviews will be coming, so hope you guys are ready for that. So let's go ahead and get into this review. Let's get it, let's go. Alright, you guys, like I said, I'm reviewing X2 X-Men United. Came out in 2003. Right now, like, we're in the gist of getting a lot of Marvel movies at this point in time when this movie came out. So like I said, we had X-Men, we got Spider-Man 2 coming out in 2002, we had Daredevil come out I think in 2003 as well, and we also had Ang Lee's Hulk also come out in 2003 as well, which I'm not mistaken. And then we had this movie, X2, X-Men United, comes out. And out of all those movies, of course, this is the best one. Right off the bat, like I said, this movie is so far superior than the first movie. It felt like Bryan Singer and the team learned everything from that first movie and brought into it and made it better. This is a sequel that, to me, so far surpassed the original. It's not even close when it comes to the characters, knowing who they are, the stories, just the character dynamics, the action sequences, the new characters that get introduced into this movie. I feel like they went up a level when it comes to what they did with that first movie. And like I said, right off the bat, let's go ahead and get into the direction. Bryan Singer, like I said, he learned a lot from that first movie, came into this movie and just gave us a diamond in the rough. Oh my God, like his direction in this movie is spot on. The way he shoots his action sequences, the certain scenes with the characters, all the stuff that he did in this movie, I really got to give him a pat on the back. I got to give him a gold star because I think he did a great job with the direction of this movie. Let's go ahead and get into the cast. Let's go ahead and get into the acting and the performances. I think everyone did a great job again. Like, I feel like everyone really brought their A game to this movie. Hugh Jackman was amazing as Wolverine, and we actually got to see rage mode Wolverine. Oh my God, the scene where they're infiltrating the school and seeing Hugh Jackman just going berserk on these guys. Yes, we don't see any blood, but we get to see him literally drive his knives into people and literally just annihilating people, and his screams and his rage, oh my God, it makes you want to go into the gym and lift weights, just how crazy he looks in this movie. And of course, he definitely got jacked for his movie. He looks way better physically than he does in the first movie. He's oh my God. Now, of course, in the movie, he just gets better and better from his physique. But yeah, Hugh Jackman literally was came in and just nailed the character Wolverine. But I want to go ahead and give just one little nitpick of his character. There's a scene in the beginning of the movie when we first see Wolverine, and I know exactly why he looks pretty strange. I always thought that this scene looked strange is when he first gets to Alkali Lake, and he just looks very weird, the hair that they got him in, the way his beard is. And I know why it's like that, because he was filming Van Helsing when they had to reshoot this scene, and he just looks strange. That's just something I had to throw out there, because he just looks strange. Let's go ahead and get to the other characters. We have Halle Berry, obviously, is back in this movie, and she gets a much bigger role in this movie because she just won the Academy Award from Monsters Ball. So they gave her more of a character in this movie. She loses the accent that she had in the first movie. She has more scenes with other characters like Jean and of course Nightcrawler. And I think she's pretty good in this movie. I can't think of the actress name who plays Jean Grey, but she is also really good in this movie. She's going through a lot from the events of the first movie. She can't really control her telekinesis. She feels like a very bad presence all the time, and we see hints of the Dark Phoenix is unleashing out of her as well, which I do love that they're hinting at that. Obviously, we'll dive more into the Dark Phoenix in X3, but I do like what they do with her character. Patrick Stewart, again, as Professor X, perfect casting. He is amazing as Professor Xavier, and I think like I said, he's spot on. Like, you can't, like, he's like literally amazing in this movie. But another actor that I was watching it last night, and oh my god, Sir Ian McKellen is chewing up the scenery in this movie. His lines of dialogue, his presence on screen, even when he's locked in a plastic glass cage, he still has a presence on screen, and like, he just brings so much gravitas. And it's crazy that in this same year Lord of the Rings: Return to King was also coming out in the same year that this was coming out, and it's crazy. He was playing Gandalf and Magneto in the same year. Oh, Sir Ian McKellen, you are a god amongst men. And yeah, he is great in this movie. I love what they do with Mystique in this movie. And obviously, we got to talk about the one he kind of steals the show in the beginning of the movie, and that is Alan Cunning as Nightcrawler. Oh my god, the opening sequence when he's infiltrating the White House and attempt to assassinate the president. It's godlike. This is one of the greatest opening sequence in a superhero movie ever made. It really is. I don't care what nobody say. The way the animation is when he's teleporting between, each scene, the way it's like a hint of smoke when he's teleporting, just the way he looks, like the character design Nightcrawler is spot on. The music in this scene is awesome as well. I just love the way this whole sequence is shot. The whole opening sequence in the White House is fantastical. So yeah, I think most of the side, obviously we have the one person that was kind of thrown out to the side. Again, he's been thrown to the side in all these movies, and that is James Marsden as Cyclops. I just do not like what they do with his character in any of these movies. Feel like he's just whining all the time, and he's basically just, he's like a little B, a little bitch. They treat him like that, and it's pretty sad. Obviously, Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men, but he doesn't feel like the leader. It feels like Wolverine is the leader, and he's really not. So yeah, I kind of don't like what they do with Cyclops. Another character that is introduced in this movie is William Stryker. He is the one that is, I guess he's against the mutants in this movie. He wants to kill all mutants. So that's his whole plan, is to, get rid of all the mutants. And I do like Brian Cox as William Stryker. He's another character that has a very presence on screen. His lines of dialogue is pretty good as well. His monologues are pretty good as well. Like I said, Brian Cox is really good in this show, or in this movie. So yeah, like I said, let's go ahead and get into some of my favorites moments in this movie. I already talked about the White House sequence. The scene with them infiltrating the school is pretty good as well. Like I said, we get to see Wolverine be awesome. We get to see Colossus be awesome. We get to see a lot of different mutants' powers in this scene as well, which is pretty dope. And then of course we get the third act, which is pretty good as well. We get the scene where we got Wolverine, Iceman, Rogue, and Pyro. They're going to Iceman's house, and Bobby reveals to his parents that he's a mutant, which is another kind of like a subtext of coming out. He basically comes out to his parents about being a mutant, and it leads to this awesome sequence of Pyro literally just taking out all these cop cars, and then it ends with Rogue taking his powers and dispersing the fire. But I think this little sequence is dope as hell. This is fire as hell. The one thing I do love about this movie does feel like it just keep on going, because after that we have Storm, they're being chased by these two fire jets, and then Storm literally just have all these tornadoes literally just coming out of nowhere to stop these fighter jets. It's the one thing I do love about this movie, they did not hold back when it comes to the action sequences. But I do love what they do with certain character dynamics as well, because also we have Magneto and Mystique working with the X-Men in this movie. So it's they have to, it's the line where it's my enemy is my enemy is my friend. It's that kind of that moment. Hopefully that's the right saying, but I do like that Magneto is helping them, but he also has his own agendas at the same time as well. So yeah, I just love what they did with this movie, what they expanded on the mutant, problem is what they say in this movie. I feel like they say that a lot in this movie. But I do love what they do with that. Like, I do love that, Wolverine is trying to figure out where he came from and what he was before, like, meeting Professor Xavier. We do get his backstory, obviously him becoming the Wolverine he is today in this movie, which I do like as well. Like I said, it's one thing I do love. That's why I say this movie is pretty it's amazing. It really is, man. This is my second favorite X-Men movie. I think Days of Future Past I do like more. But at this moment, this is stellar. This is an A+. I definitely recommend watching this movie. I was watching it with my fiance, and she was like quiet the whole time, but I could tell she was indulged into the movie. Like I said, I do love all the little moments. Like, we get Mystique actually get to be the actress who played Mystique, got to be herself at a little moment and stuff like that. We get an awesome action sequence between Wolverine and Lady Deathstrike, which is awesome as well. Which that actress who played her is great as well. Like I said, what they do with this movie, I feel like they went up a notch, and they really set the bar pretty high, which when we watch X-Men 3, it's like, come on, you guys went down, like, you guys are supposed to go up, but it is what it is. We'll get to X-Men 3 when we get there, but overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I feel like I don't really have any negatives. I guess you could say the runtime, what they do with Cyclops as a character. I love what they, resolve with Jean's character, at least in this movie. I do love what they do with her. I love what they do with Professor X. All the characters. I love what they do with all the characters in this movie. Like I said, the action is great. The characters are great. Like I said, I have no issues with the writing. I really highly recommend this movie. So yeah, if you guys have seen X2, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. If you guys haven't seen it, I kind of spoiled some stuff for you in this review if you guys haven't seen it. But if you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed this review, please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. And I'm on this one, you guys. Peace out.